Hello van fans, welcome to another episode of VFFs Vanlife podcast, coming to you again from a house. I am, as I mentioned last week, I am currently staying at an amazing organisation called Street Hearts Bulgaria. So you might hear some dogs barking in the background or scratching to get in the door. There are 100 dogs here at the moment. They're all absolutely gorgeous. Street Hearts is an incredible organisation here in Bulgaria that neuter and rehome street dogs. There is a huge problem here with street dogs and they're doing such good work. They've got an amazing Instagram, which I would suggest you follow for lots of puppy pictures, and I will be featuring them in the petisode, which will be coming soon. So mentioning the petisode, it's nearly here. I've got some lovely pet content to share with you guys. Highlights include an interview with the marvellous hosts of the KATHRYN cast, which is the podcast of Ben, Frey and Dargo the cat, who have travelled extensively together in their van. It's a really good podcast to listen to if you're thinking about travelling with your pet. There we go. I can tell you that's Leica, because I recognise her bark. Yeah, so that's KATHRYN cast. And I also will be doing an interview with Emma and Anthony, who run Street Hearts, and some lovely emails as well to read out from you guys about your beloved pets. There is still time if you would like to write to me. It's vffspodcast@gmail.com. And also, if there's anyone out there that would like to be a guest on the show, or you would like to share your story with me, please do email me. I really do love to hear from you. So for those of you who listened to episode 4, which was my mum's solo trip to France, you will remember that, spoiler alert, she sadly wrote off her van. Well, I've got a rather exciting recording to play for you. Here we go. Hi Mum. So, what's been happening?
Hi darling, well you'll never guess what happened when I was listening to your podcast about my trip to France, really it was. And it started the memories flowing and I started feeling really sad about the van and all the rest of it. And I just went online to see if there was anything. I was just put in Roma Home in the search engine because I knew I wouldn't be able to afford it. But I thought I'd have a look around, and I went on to Gumtree, and there was this Roma Home on there, and I thought, oh my God, that's my Roma Home. And don't be silly, it can't be your Roma Home. There's hundreds of the things on it. And I went into the advert, and it is my Roma Home. So I rang the man. It was lovely. I rang him up, and I said, look, I've got to trust you because I'm miles and miles away, and I don't want to buy a pig in the poke. I know things can be wrong. But this was my van, and I wanted to... Oh, KATHRYN, I'm sorry, I'm getting all emotional. I said, this is my van, and it's important to me to get it back again. I said, you might think it's really silly, but this van meant a lot to me, and you've got it for sale, and I can just about afford to buy it. Anyway, we're in the middle of a lockdown, so I don't actually know what's going to happen, but I've paid the guy a deposit on it. He's promised me it's okay. He says that his brother-in-law has had it for the past 2 years, and he's only used it to take leather belts around festivals and sell them from festivals and things like that. And it looks brilliant. It's got a new bonnet. It's got new doors. The back end, from what I can see, which was what was damaged and what wrote it off before, looks fine. It looks great, Kat. Anyway, I said, I'm sorry, I don't know now. We've all gone up a tier. I don't know when I'm going to get it back. And I think he's actually going to deliver it for me. So I'm very excited indeed.
Oh, wow, that's fantastic. So it was actually someone that he knew, his brother-in-law, that had it before. And
yeah.
Has it done much mileage since you've had it?
No, 5,000 miles since I had it, and that's 5 years. So he must have only taken it to festivals, local festivals and things.
Oh, wow. Yeah. What a crazy coincidence.
5,000 miles. I'm so excited. I can't believe it. And because because it was going to be scrapped in my eyes, I took out good stuff from it, like the window blinds. They were really nice blinds and fly screens, and I thought, oh, I'll be able to sell them. But of course, me being me, I never did get around to selling them, which means I can put them back in the van again, which is rather nice. Anyway, I'm now gathering together all the bits and pieces. I've ordered a kettle. I've ordered some non-slip material.
Brilliant. And so what is your first port of call then?
I don't know. I haven't actually thought about where I'm going. It's just getting it back. That's going to be it's going to be lovely. I expect I'll shed a few tears at it coming back like I did when it was going. It has to be meant to be. There it was. I hadn't been online looking for them for months and months. The advert was put in the day before I went online and started looking. And it all seems to be turning out right, so that's lovely.
Oh, well, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
And I'm really looking forward to travelling convoy. All right, well, enjoy the rest of your day.
I will, darling, and you.
Okay, bye.
Don't get too cold. Bye.
How about that then? Fabulous news, and I'm so pleased for her, and I'm really excited for when we can go out and sit outside together with a cup of tea and watch the sunset and then go to our respective beds. It's going to be brilliant. I can't wait. And I'll keep you guys up to date with her story. A few of you have been telling me how cool my mum is, which is just brilliant, and she loves it, so it's amazing. Okay, so this week's guest is KATHRYN. When KATHRYN saw a yellow VW Caddy advertised on Facebook, she just knew it was her van and had to have it. She then took the van back to the farm where she grew up, and she and her dad converted the yellow beauty into a micro camper using recycled and reclaimed materials they had on the farm. She fell in love with van life and now spends her weekends and holidays exploring the UK. She's now dreaming of going full-time and is searching for something a little bigger, but hasn't quite found the right van yet. We spoke a little about the conversion in our chat, but for the full picture you can watch a full van tour on KATHRYN's YouTube channel, Van Vistas. Okay, so without further ado, here is the interview with KATHRYN. Hello, KATHRYN.
Hey, how's it going?
Really good, thank you. Welcome to VFFs. Thank you so much for coming on. I'm really looking forward to speaking to you.
Oh, thanks for having me.
Oh, you're so welcome. Right then, let's start with a little bit of van chat. So, what van have you got?
So, I have a beautiful little bright yellow VW Caddy. It's the panel van, so it's not the longer one. Lots of people have the maxi version, but it's just the little panel van. It's non-turbo. A lot of people have the 1.6 turbo. Mine is I want to say it's the 2-litre panel van. I should know that.
Okay, and you said it was bright yellow.
Yeah, bright yellow.
Amazing. So you must be quite infamous around your area, would you say?
Well, yeah, and actually even more so, because I didn't mention that now the whole driver side has been spray painted with like yellow and orange roses on the side, so everybody recognises me now.
Oh yeah, I saw that. It's really beautiful. What inspired you to have that work done?
Bit of a long story. So during lockdown, the van was crashed into on the street. So yeah, boy racers in a stolen car crashed into the van. It was just parked on the street. It was about 10 o'clock at night, so I don't know what they thought they were doing because it was barely even dark. They legged it and were never caught. So yeah, my poor van was all smashed and cut up, and yeah, I didn't really know what I was going to do. Was just distraught about it. But then we weren't able to go anywhere really at that time, I don't think. So I was trying to think about what the sensible decision was, and the sensible decision was probably to let her go to the scrap man, but the insurance payout was actually quite good and I just couldn't let her go, so I took the payout and bought the van back. Luckily, a really lovely lady at work, her husband actually does bodywork repairs, so He was amazing, and him and his team did all the repairs on the van. They had to like weld a new sill on, got a new door. Like, it's absolute magic. When you look at what state the van was in and then what they were able to do, I have no idea how they managed to do it, but it looked amazing. And yeah, I had to have a new door, so I had like a little white like in-betweeners door on my van for quite a while. And then in Cheltenham we have this annual paint festival, which is really cool. So we have loads of street artists come, usually from all around the world, but obviously last year it was just sort of local artists, and they come and get permission from the council to paint a certain amount of walls around the town, and create these huge murals, which are amazing. And I was chatting to the organizer, and it just sort of came up like what had happened to my van, and he was like, well, if you can hold out till the festival, we'll paint it for you. And I was like, are you serious? And he was like, yeah, no worries at all. I'll just see I'll find an artist that's up for it, and when they've done their mural they can do your van. That's what happened in the end. And had an amazing artist, Curtis Hilton, who goes by Sama, and he is renowned for these beautiful sort of floral animal murals, and he did me some really beautiful roses on the van. So yeah, I was absolutely chuffed with it.
Oh, that's lovely. So when did you get the van? How long have you had it for?
So I've had the van, I think I've had it about 2.5 years now. Yeah, it's a bit of a funny story because I did have a van before getting this one. I had another VW Caddy, and that was the 1.6 turbo, and they are really renowned for injector problems. And I did buy it from a garage, so had some insurances there, but yeah, it just had problem after problem after problem, and in the end they bought it back. But yeah, I really wanted another van. I just absolutely had fallen in love with the whole van life in quotations, and I just knew that I needed to get another van. And I don't think I'd been looking very long before this yellow beauty showed up on Facebook Marketplace, and I was like, that's my van. I need that van. That's my van. Yeah, it wasn't very far away. It was in Swindon, so I went and drove down and was like, yep, this is my van. I'm having it. So yeah, and then I did it out with my dad. So my parents live on a farm in Shropshire, and my dad is like the biggest hoarder of just junk, basically. So it was like a big playground because he had so much scrap wood, and he has all the kind of tools and screws and nuts and bolts that you could ever possibly want. So yeah, we had a lot of fun sort of finding loads of materials that we could upcycle and turn into a really cool little camper van. So that was really good fun.
Thanks for listening to this preview of VFF's Vanlife podcast. You can listen to the full episode at vffsvanlife.com/podcast. Hope you enjoy it.
I've got to go outside.